Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. A lot of you have been requesting this video, so today here it finally is. Today we're going to be extending the MBTA Red Line. The MBTA Red Line is a rapid transit line serving the greater Boston area. It runs from Alewife Station in North Cambridge and splits into two branches in the south of Boston, running to Ashmont and Braintree respectively. The line runs 22.5 miles long and sees a daily ridership of around 120,000, which is about 60% of its pre-pandemic ridership. There are a lot of extensions and improvements that I want to cover, so let's get to it. Unfortunately, decades of deferred maintenance have taken a high toll on Red Line infrastructure and rolling stock, making it far less reliable than it should be. And while the T has made significant progress over the past few years thanks to new management and a capital improvement program, there is still plenty of work to do replacing aging infrastructure and rolling stock. The good news though is that the Red Line is moving in the right direction. New Type 1800 series trains are gradually entering service across the Red Line, replacing some of the oldest subway cars in North America dating back to the late 1960s. Love them or hate them, the new 1800 series trains are a welcome improvement in terms of reliability and capacity, and they're designed to work with the MBTA's signaling upgrades that are currently in progress, which when complete will allow for higher frequency service with fewer disruptions. Some stations are showing their age and are in need of major renovations. Fortunately though, this is part of the MBTA's ongoing capital improvement program, modernizing stations across the T network. Overall though, since the MBTA's low point in 2022, the Red Line and the wider T network has been improving across the board, and is a welcome change of pace for all of us. Bringing the system back into a state of good repair should remain the MBTA's top priority, but eventually the focus has to shift from maintaining it to improving it. Alright, so now let's shift our focus onto some new infrastructure that the current Red Line could benefit from. Starting with getting rid of the quad-track alignment that starts just before JFK UMass and continues until the Ashmont and Braintree branches diverge. The quad trackage through here is functionally redundant and severely limits service on the commuter rail's Old Colony lines. To fix this, we would remove the quad tracking entirely, and both branches on the Red Line would utilize the station at Savin Hill, before the Braintree branch diverges onto a new flying junction to continue down to Braintree. Doing this would remove one of the largest bottlenecks for the Old Colony lines and allow more commuter rail service and frequency without impacting Red Line riders. Our next improvement is a new infill station on the Braintree branch at Morrissey Boulevard. This station would serve the neighborhood of Neponset, Port Newark, and would have some great opportunity for redevelopment around it, and Morrissey Boulevard could be rebuilt to be safer and more pedestrian friendly as part of this station build. Alright, now let's talk about the Mattapan high-speed line. The Mattapan line should be converted to light rail, with new vehicles being the priority, possibly using Type 8 or 9 Green Line trains or their successors. New overhead catenary infrastructure would need to be constructed to power the trains, and other modifications would need to be made to accommodate the larger vehicles. And while many people love the historic PCC streetcars, the reality is that they have become increasingly unreliable and represent a capacity constraint for the Mattapan line. So upgrading them would allow for faster trips, better reliability, and the potential to attract more riders. Alright, now on to everybody's favorite part of the video, the extensions.
Next stop, Alewife.
So the first extension we will cover is a well-known proposal and is advocated for constantly. However, local government opposition along the line and the Minutemen Bikeway has stalled its construction for decades. We are of course talking about the extension of the Red Line to Arlington and Lexington. So to make this extension happen, we would need to gain support from these communities like Arlington and Lexington, which has already started to happen, and we would need to make sure we include the bikeway in the alignment. To start this extension off, we would begin trench cutting for our new line at Thorndike Street, where the end of the current trackage is. The extension would continue down the Lexington branch before tunneling under the intersection of Mass Ave and Mystic Street, where our first new stop would be located. After first being proposed all the way back in 1926, the Red Line would finally connect to Arlington. The station would be located below Whitmore Park and connect the town of 46,000 to the greater T network. Coming out from Arlington, the rail would rise slightly back into a trench, again following along the Minutemen Bikeway and the abandoned Lexington branch. Using trenching instead of tunneling in this area allows us to still keep noise down through the surrounding neighborhoods while also allowing us to avoid more expensive methods for tunneling. The next stop of this extension is Arlington Heights, located under Park Ave and Lowell Street. The extension would then weave through Arlington Meadows in a trench or at grade, until the line hits Lexington, where it would likely need to transition to cut and cover to keep the local government happy. Lexington Station would likely be located underneath the current parking lot for the bikeway, adjacent to Merriam Street. If the city of Lexington changes their zoning code, some great infill development could happen throughout Lexington's downtown. Continuing on from Lexington, the line would come back into a trench just before Route 128 and comes up to go over the interstate to the last stop of the extension. Route 128 station could be a candidate for huge transit-oriented development potential, and a point from which people in Northwest Mass could hop onto the T to their destination in the city, which yes, means a park and ride. Recently, there was a provision passed in the Massachusetts state budget to study the feasibility of furthering this extension to Concord, but I have my doubts about this being feasible, without massive rezoning and housing efforts, which I don't see the Concord government being open to. Concord aside though, this extension could very easily bring around 30 to 40,000 new riders to the Red Line after extensive TOD. This extension also runs into the issue of over-serving, as I don't think having both the Ashmont and Braintree trains run all the way to Route 128 would make much sense. So I think keeping the Ashmont branch terminus at Alewife is a smart choice, while Braintree trains would continue onto Route 128. The Lexington extension is currently the most plausible and most studied extension on the Red Line, but let's go over some ideas that could happen as well. There has been some talk to see the Red Line extended all the way down to Brockton, but I think this might be a little far. Braintree trains already take 25 minutes to get to Downtown Crossing, and trains running from Brockton would likely be in the range of 30 to 35 minutes. However, with enough planning and transit-oriented development, anything is plausible. Another proposal would see it extended to Union Point, which was formerly a military base and is now being redeveloped into a smart mixed-use community to house 8 to 15,000 people. So it could definitely be a plausible extension in terms of ridership, but would be constrained by travel times just like the Brockton proposal. However, I see this extension as the more plausible of the two. Another proposal that comes up often is to replace the Mattapan high-speed line with heavy rail entirely, and I could definitely get behind that, but it would be expensive and the ridership benefit may not be as high as the team might want for a capital project. Lastly, there was a proposal to extend the Red Line from Alewife to Waltham, following along the Fitchburg line, which is definitely a beneficial extension, as it would serve dense neighborhoods like Belmont, Waverly, and Waltham, which could benefit from a rapid transit connection. This extension could generate some pretty significant ridership and operationally could be served by the Ashmont branch trains, helping balance service across the Red Line. Overall though, I see the Lexington extension as the most plausible project in the near term, followed by a Waltham extension along the Fitchburg line. Third place would go to the conversion of the Mattapan line to heavy rail, and finally in fourth and fifth place are the two southern extensions to Union Point and Brockton. But what do you think? Which of these projects should the MBTA prioritize, and are there any ideas that I missed? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.